Hello, welcome. So today's yoga practice is kind of a combination between power and restore. So we'll begin with our centering, as we often do. We'll do some postures just to warm up the body, and then we'll get into kind of a power flow with some sun salutations, some standing postures, and then we'll end with a more restorative set of postures. So make yourself comfortable. This is an all levels class. I always offer modifications. So find a comfortable seat with your spine nice and tall, making room for the breath. And we'll begin with the 3-part Odd Yoga breath. So as you begin to breathe, just soften the belly and allow the belly to expand on your inhale. And as you exhale, draw the belly button towards spine. Just begin to mentally scan your body. Just see how you're feeling today. What brought you to this practice? And just focus on any areas of the body that may need a little more attention or a little more care. Please take the modifications as needed. This is your own personal practice. So just do what feels right. Listen to your body. And perhaps set an intention for yourself for today's practice. And if you find the mind wandering throughout the practice, return to that intention, return to the breath. As you continue to breathe, just begin to allow the belly, then rib cage to expand on the inhale. And as you exhale, draw in the ribs, draw in the belly button. And then adding in the 3rd part of our 3-part breath. On your next inhale, allow belly, rib cage, then collarbones to expand. As you exhale, collarbones fall, ribs draw in, belly button pulls in.
It takes 2 floors to make a story. It takes an egg to make a hen. It takes a hen to make an egg. There is no end to what
And just keep in mind as you move through today's practice that your breath is a pretty good guide of how you're doing. As long as you can breathe slowly, deeply, evenly, then you're fine. If you find yourself breathing rapidly or holding your breath, this may be a signal that you need to back off a little bit, pick one of the modifications. So taking one more full inhale breath. Exhale. And then just allow the breathing to be natural without too much thought. And we'll begin in child's pose. So just make your way there. Maybe coming onto the hands and knees first. Perhaps bringing toes together, knees a little wide. And then sinking hips back. And just allowing head to come forward. So if your head does not comfortably rest on the mat, just make a fist with one of your hands or stack your palms. Or perhaps you have a yoga block or a rolled up towel that you can place under your forehead. Just continue to breathe, enjoying this child's pose.
Take some silence to make sound. It takes a loss before you found me. And it takes a road to go nowhere. It takes a toll to make you
Taking one more breath. Just coming up onto your hands and knees, and we'll work through the 6 movements of the spine, just to get the spine warmed up a little bit, beginning with cat-cow or cat-dog. So as you inhale, belly lowers, tailbone and chin tip up. And as you exhale, really round the back, pulling in the belly button towards the spine, pushing into your hands and knees. Inhaling, belly lowers, tailbone and chin tip up. Exhale, finding that cat posture, rounding the back, tucking chin and tailbone. Just flow with your own breath, moving slowly through these postures. Take one more inhale. Exhale all the breath. And then find a neutral spine. Just moving side to side here, creating a little C curve with the spine. As you exhale, take hips and chin to the left. Inhale, passing through center. Exhale, go to the right. Again, just flow, make it a slow, continuous flow from one side to the other, using your own breath, exhaling as spine bends, inhaling as you pass through a straight spine. Just go once more, either side. And then pause in the center. Adding a little spinal twist with thread the needle. Keep your left palm grounded. Inhale the right palm open. Exhale, thread that hand palm up behind the left, reaching away through the fingertips. And again, find somewhere to rest the head. If it doesn't rest comfortably on the mat, maybe making a fist to support your head. We'll be holding here for a few breaths. If your left hand is free, you can choose to just drape it behind your back. Or perhaps you like to play with a little leg movement here. I would recommend bringing the left palm down and then extend your left leg out. And then just begin to lift that leg up. Maybe play with bending and straightening the leg. Perhaps you can even grab for your foot. This requires a lot of core work. If you do have that leg raised, just slowly return your knee to the mat, return your palm to the mat. And coming back through tabletop, open for one more twist. Bring the palm back down to the mat. Inhale, left palm opens. Exhale, thread the needle. And just play with your arm, with your leg, whatever feels natural. If you do have the leg raised, just return your knee to the mat, return right arm to the mat, and unthread your needle, opening up here on the inhale, and as you exhale, bring hand to mat. So adding a little stretch for the shoulders here, we'll come into puppy or melting heart. So just come down onto your forearms. You can choose to leave the forearms flat on the mat or interlace your fingers. And you can even turn your arms a little bit so your palms come to the outer corners of your mat, however it's comfortable in your shoulders. And then begin to sink your hips back, but they won't make it all the way back. You do want to rest your head on the mat. Should feel a nice stretch here between the shoulders. As you breathe, allow that upper back area, the area between the shoulder blades, to really expand. Take one more breath here. Exhale. And then just make your way back up onto hands and knees, maybe keeping hands a little forward of your shoulders, tuck your toes, preparing for downward facing dog. Just begin to bring your hips up, beginning to straighten the legs. If hamstrings are tight, you will want to keep a bend in the knee. That's okay. You work with how your body feels. You work with what you have. Everybody is different. Begin to push your heels towards the floor. And kind of push into your palms so your chest pushes back towards your thighs. Think about tipping your tailbone up and back. Perhaps bend your knees. Tip that tailbone up and then begin to straighten your legs. And then thinking about your shoulder blades, draw them down your back and wrap them forward a little bit. And as we stay here in this downward dog, feel free to play around a little bit. Listen to your body. Maybe you want to stretch out the feet by bending your knees generously. Perhaps you like to walk the dog. Or perhaps you might like to add a little hip opener here by coming into a three-legged dog. Bending your leg, drawing heel towards glute, and then opening up your hips. So you decide, just listen to your body. It will usually tell you exactly what you need to do. We'll be here for a few more breaths. Just make sure that if you are doing that hip opener, you get a chance to do both legs. Just taking one more breath here. begin to walk your feet forward, landing in a forward fold. We will be here for a little while, so if forward folds are not for you, please take jackknife, keeping head and heart at the same level. If you are okay in a forward fold, just turn your hands upside down and face your fingers towards the back of your mat. You'll be stepping onto your hands so your toes come up to about your wrist crease. Again, keeping a generous bend in the knees here is okay. And just begin to push into your feet at the same time you pull up with the palms. Just feeling those hamstrings talking to you. You should not be in pain. If you are, bend your knees. This will take the pressure off the hamstrings. Just begin to release the hands, but stay in your fold. Perhaps coming into ragdoll, clasping opposite elbows and just swaying side to side, forward and back, allowing the head to nod, head and neck just hanging loose. And then bringing your hands to shins or thighs. On an inhale, just make your way up to that jackknife posture. Weight is in the heels. Your shoulders are pulling away from your ears. Use your shoulder blades to move your shoulders back. Crown of the head is pointing forward. Feeling a nice stretch in the back of the legs, the glutes, the hamstrings. Coming into Utkatasana or chair pose. Bend your knees, lowering your hips. Reach arms forward if that's okay in the shoulders, otherwise you can take prayer pose or cactus arms. This is a very good heat building posture. We'll be adding a twist. Simplest version, you're just going to twist and open up your arms, bringing back of your right hand to the outside of your left thigh. If you want to twist a little more, you can sink the hips down, bring the right elbow to the left thigh, make a fist, and push your open palm on the fist, finding that twist. Keeping hips level, twists come from the waist up, and you should have a straight spine. Inhaling, get a little longer. Exhale, twist a little deeper, building heat here. Just take one more breath. Release back into your forward fold or jackknife. Maybe take a little ragdoll here. And then returning to that jackknife posture. Let's take a breath here. Take one more inhale, and as you exhale, again, sinking hips down, coming into your version of Utkatasana or chair pose. Holding here, building some strength in the legs. Pull your belly button in towards your spine. And then find your twist. That is simply just opening the arms here, or sinking a little lower, bringing elbow to thigh. Straightening the spine on the inhale, twisting a little deeper with your exhale. One more breath here. Release back to a forward fold. And then pushing into the feet on your next inhale, rise up tall, reaching up to extended mountain. And then drawing hands to heart. So we built a little heat with those chair postures. Now we'll be moving through some sun salutations, starting a nice flow to really get the body heated up, get the energy flowing. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Placing palms down. Either step or hop back to a plank. And from here, your option is to lower the knees and lower down to the mat. If you're staying in plank, you'll shift forward on an inhale. Exhale, slowly lower, chaturanga. Maybe you choose to hover, or perhaps you lower all the way down. Inhale, find cobra or upward facing dog. The difference is upward dog will have your knees off the mat, pushing into the tops of the feet. Take an inhale breath here. Exhale, downward facing dog. We'll pause here just for a breath or two. Inhale, soften your knees looking forward. As you exhale, walk or hop towards the front of your mat into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweeping arms out and up. Exhale, hands to heart. Moving a little quicker through two more of these sun salutation A. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Linking breath to movement. Inhale, jackknife. Exhale, fold. Inhale, find that plank or tabletop. Shifting forward, exhale, lower. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, soften your knees and look forward. Exhale, walk or hop towards the front of your mat. If you're hopping, land lightly. Inhale, jackknife. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweeping arms out and up. Exhale, hands to heart. One more on your own. Remember to link breath with movement. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, soften knees and look forward. Exhale, walk or hop to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweeping arms out and up. Exhale, hands to heart. Adding on, sun salutation B. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, come briefly into chair as you fold forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, plank or tabletop. Exhale, lower. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward dog. Bending your knees slightly. Listen up here. Step your right foot forward. Lower your back knee. This first one we'll do a knee down lunge. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bring palms down. Stepping back to plank or tabletop on the inhale. Exhale, lower. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Softening your knees. Step your left foot forward, lower the back knee. Inhale, coming up to that knee down lunge. Exhale, lower the palms. Inhale, find plank or tabletop. Exhale, low. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Soften your knees, look forward, walk or hop to the front of your mat. Inhale, jackknife. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bending the knees, finding chair, and then standing up nice and tall. Exhale, hands to heart. 2 more times. Inhale, exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Finding plank or tabletop. Exhale, lower. Finding upward facing dog. Downward dog. Soften your knees, right foot steps forward. You can choose to lower your knee again or come up into a crescent lunge on the inhale. Exhale, palms down. Stepping back to plank, lower down. Inhaling, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward dog. Soften knees. Step your left foot forward. Finding knee down lunge or crescent lunge. Exhale, lower the hands. Find your plank. Lower down. Upward dog. Downward dog. Soften knees, walk or hop forward. Jackknife. Fold. Softening knees, lowering hips. Coming into chair. Reach up tall, hands to heart. 1 more time. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, come through chair pose to your forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Plank or tabletop, lower down. Upward dog. Exhale, down dog. Soften knees, right foot steps forward. Find your lunge. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, lower. Stepping back, chaturanga down. Upward dog. Downward dog. Soften knees, step left foot forward. Finding your lunge. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, hands to mat. Stepping back. Inhale, exhale, chaturanga down. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Softening your knees, look forward, walk or hop to the front of the mat, finding a forward fold. Inhale, jackknife. Exhale, fold. Drop your hips, reach up on your inhale and stand up tall. Exhale, hands to heart. And just pause with hands in Anjali Mudra or prayer pose. Just feeling your heartbeat a little bit faster now that we've got things moving. Energy flowing, heat building. So keeping your right foot at the top of the mat, take a fairly big step back with your left. Setting your back heel down, coming into warrior one. Bending that front knee, making sure knee and ankle are in line. Reach up. Make sure you tuck your tailbone slightly. You'll feel this hip flexor engage. And then maybe arch the back looking up, finding a little back bend here. Opening up, find warrior two. Hips open to the left side. Draw your shoulder blades in. Feel energy flowing from fingertip to fingertip. So we'll be releasing the back foot, coming onto the ball of the foot, releasing the heel, finding a lunging warrior one or crescent lunge. So pivot on that back foot, sink into your front knee, arms come up. And from here we'll be finding warrior three. So but just bring your weight into that front leg. Bring arms down by your sides and begin to tip forward here, being mindful to keep this left hip down. Try to keep your hips level. Perhaps bringing arms to prayer pose. Heat building, you got this. If you fall out of the pose, no worries, just come right back in. Balance is challenging and different from day to day. Softening your front knee. Just gracefully bring your back foot back down. And just bring your hands either side of your front foot here for a runner's lunge. Keeping left hand down, open your right arm, finding a twist. Bring that arm down, step your back foot in slightly, straighten your front knee. And just finding a runner's lunge. So both legs are straight. Your head does not have to be down at your knee. You can keep your back flat, head and heart at the same level. Perhaps even supporting yourself on your leg, or if you have a yoga block, you can have your hand or both hands, if you have two, on yoga blocks. Make it your stretch. Make it work for you. It doesn't matter what I look like. What matters is that you're doing what your body is asking for, listening to your body, bending into your front leg. Find that runner's lunge one more time. Enjoy this round of applause. We don't normally get applause as we move through life, but enjoy it. It's for you. Step back to a plank. Now you can come straight to downward dog or choose to lower down. Come through a little vinyasa, a little flow here, through up dog and then down dog. Softening the knees, spring your left foot forward. Set your right heel down. And just make your way up here. Be mindful of this front knee. Check it doesn't protrude in front of the toes. If it does, just step your feet a little wider apart. Tuck the tailbone forward. Find that slight back bend looking up. Making your way to warrior two, opening hips to the right side. Arms at shoulder height, energy flowing from fingertip to fingertip. Bend that front knee. Releasing your back heel, finding crescent lunge. And preparing for the balance. So bring your arms down by your side, bring your weight into your front leg. And this could be your balance right here with your toe just an inch or two off the mat. If you want, being mindful to keep your hips level, just begin to pivot at the hips. Keep your standing legs slightly bent. Keep your arms back. Maybe airplane arms, more challenging, reach the arms forward, or perhaps come into prayer pose. Hang in. If you fall out, no worries. Balance is always a work in progress. Just take one more breath. Then gracefully replace your back foot to the ground. And lower your hands, bring them either side of the front foot. We're in runner's lunge. Placing right palm inside the left foot. Open up your left arm, finding that twist. begin to lower this arm, step your back foot in slightly, and begin to straighten both legs for standing runner. Remember, your standing runner could look like this. You could have your legs a little more bent. Everybody is different. Do what you can. You should feel a good stretch in the hamstrings, but you should be able to breathe slowly, deeply, evenly. You'll know when you reach that edge, you'll just feel that if you go a little more, you'd be uncomfortable. Hold that edge and breathe. You'll find as you hold postures, your edge will change slightly. And just begin to bend your front knee. Maybe step your back foot back a little bit. We're back in runner's lunge. And again, you can step back to plank and come up to down dog, or just do one more flow, one more vinyasa. If you're doing the flow, inhale, exhale, lower. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. And then just walk or hop your feet to the front of the mat. Inhale, reach up tall. Exhale, hands to heart. So we'll be working with a little more balance. We'll be coming into tree and then eagle. So just get your weight even on both feet here. Remember, there are always options for balance. Keep your right foot grounded. Bring your left heel and rest it against your right ankle with the ball of your foot on the ground. This is tree pose. If you would like to challenge yourself a little bit more, you can bring the left foot up the right leg, and it can be below or above the knee. Just avoid pressing right on the knee joint. Your standing leg is strong. This foot is pressing into the thigh, thigh into foot. Stay nice and tall, press palms together. And if you want, maybe raising arms up. You can sway a little bit, do steeple pose. And then bringing hands back to heart. Release this foot. Just turn your knee forward and keep the foot raised. Bend your standing leg. And then cross left leg over right. And you can either hook your foot around like I just did, or rest the ball of your foot on the floor. So find your version. Either way, squeeze your legs together, push your palms together. Stay here with the arms, or bring arms forward, finding the bind, taking left arm under right, bringing palms together or backs of hands together, or maybe just hugging your shoulders. Take one more breath here. Release. Bring both feet down. We'll do a couple of sun breaths here. And then we'll be coming into a squat before we balance on the other side. So take your feet out, maybe hip width or slightly wider. You can choose to squat up to here. Maybe walk your legs a little wider if you're doing more of a warrior squat or a goddess. If you're coming a little lower, you can bring your feet closer together and just work your way down into the squat. Try to keep your heels planted, feeling that stretch. If you can't keep the heels planted, take the goddess squat. Just breathe here. Take one more breath. And just make your way to standing. You can either come through a forward fold or just push back up. Inhale, bring hands to heart. And we'll try those bounces on the other side. So just keep your left foot grounded here. Coming into tree. Remembering tree could look like this for you. Or you can choose to take this right foot anywhere. Up the left leg, pressing foot into thigh, thigh into foot. Nice and tall. Shoulders are back, chest is open. Pushing palms together or perhaps bringing the arms up. Just play with it. See what feels good to you. Feel the heat building. Feel the challenge. If you fall out of it, no big deal. Just come right back into it. Bring hands down to heart. Release the foot. Just turn your knee forward, coming into a little knee balance here. Begin to bend your standing leg. And then just find eagle. Keeping palms together or bringing arms forward, taking right arm under left. Legs are squeezing together. Belly button pulled in. Take one more breath. Release. Step out wide. Find some sun breaths. We'll be coming into a wide leg forward fold. So make sure your feet are out nice and wide. You have choices here. You can interlace your fingers coming into a bind, pushing knuckles down, and as we fold forward, you'll kind of pull your arms away from your body. Or you can just clasp opposite elbows. Or if you're pretty flexy, you can do reverse prayer. Or maybe you just like to keep your hands on your thighs and come forward halfway. Either way, we'll all find the arm position of your choice, and then we'll all just come forward halfway here, pausing with a flat back. Take a breath here, and if you are folding further forward, just go ahead and release head towards the ground. Forward folds are restorative, head below heart. So we'll stay here for a few breaths. If you are in the arm bind, just release your hands and bring your arms down to the mat. Maybe grabbing opposite ankles, pulling yourself a little deeper. Perhaps taking right hand over to left ankle, raising your left arm, finding a twist, being mindful to keep hips level. Take a breath here. And kind of walk your hands over to the other side, finding that twist. And just release. Take another breath here in the center. And make your way up, maybe pausing halfway and then coming all the way up. Bring your feet together. Step to the front of your mat. Inhale, exhale, dive forward. Stepping back to downward facing dog. Just lift your left leg up. And then bring knee to nose, hover here. And then just release your knee down, just to the inside of your left hand. Extending your other leg back, we'll be working our way into pigeon. If you prefer to do figure four stretch on your back, I'll show you that in a moment. Take a breath here and just begin to come forward, resting your head either on your hands or on the mat. If you want to do figure four, stretch on your back. Lay down. Right leg stays grounded. Left ankle comes on top of right knee. And perhaps just draw this right knee in a little bit, feeling that stretch in the left hip. And when the time comes, you'll just switch your legs. If you're in traditional pigeon pose and you feel any discomfort here, you can always place a rolled up towel or a yoga block underneath your hip. Take one more breath. And then come on up. If you're on the floor, just maybe do a little windshield wiper with your knees before you switch legs. If you're in traditional pigeon, just step back to downward facing dog and walk the dog for a little bit. And then raise up your right leg. Bring the knee to nose and hover for a moment here. Then gently lower that knee. Release your foot to the inside of your thigh. Extend your left leg long. Come on up to a nice tall posture. Take an inhale breath. And as you exhale, feeling the stretch move into that right hip. Lower down, bringing forehead to mat or just stacking your hands to rest your forehead. Just take one more breath in. And then begin to rise up. And just roll onto this hip. And bring your legs in front of you. If you were laying down, just come to a seated position. We'll be coming into a seated forward fold. You can feel free to keep your legs bent as you fold forward, resting belly and chest on your thighs. If your hamstrings are a little looser, you can straighten your legs, or perhaps you like to keep one leg bent and just work on one leg at a time. We hold you for a few breaths, so when we're halfway through, I'll tell you when it's time to switch legs if you're doing the single leg. Now, either way, find your preferred position. Sit nice and tall with an inhale, and as you exhale, just begin to work your way forward with a flat back. Take a breath here. And as you exhale, you can choose to stay with the flat back or begin to round the spine, bringing nose toward knee. Find your edge. And as we hold the posture, you will notice that your edge changes slightly and you're able to work a little deeper into the posture. We're about halfway through, so if you did single leg, now would be a good time to switch legs. Take one more breath here. Exhale. Slowly make your way upright. Just bring the soles of your feet together, but keep your feet a good distance from your body. We'll be coming into turtle, so you don't want to have your feet in. Keep them forward here. And again, inhale, flat back, exhale, just fold forward. And if this is where you're comfortable, you can stay here. You can even place your elbows on your shins, interlace fingers, bend your thumbs, and just kind of rest your forehead on your knuckles, that area between your eyebrows, your third eye area. Maybe even give it a little massage. If you want to come a little deeper, just take your forearms down to the mat underneath your shins and begin to round the spine, maybe even hooking your hands on top of your feet. Take one more breath. And then begin to straighten your spine here, come into a tall seat. Take your hands behind you, keep your legs where they are. Just draw your shoulder blades together, opening up the chest, coming into seated fish. If it's comfortable, you can look up, or if not, just keep your gaze straight ahead. Releasing your shoulder blades. Keep your feet flat on the mat. Make sure you have some mat behind you, and then just gently make your way down. Once you get down, just draw your knees in and just rock gently from side to side. Just giving that low back a little massage here. And then coming into happy baby. Bring the soles of your feet to face the ceiling, and you can just clasp your shins, maybe rest your arms on the back of your thighs, interlacing your fingers, or grab the insteps of your feet. And just allow your legs to fully bend here, bringing knees towards armpits. Perhaps just rocking gently from side to side, or maybe you like to bend and straighten the legs, working the hamstrings a little more. Letting go of your feet, extend your feet up towards the ceiling, keeping the feet flexed. Interlace your fingers and place hands behind your head. Take an inhale breath, and as you exhale, just bring chin towards chest, feeling a nice stretch down the spine, the back of the neck, the back of the legs. Feet are flexed. You're not tugging too hard on your head. Inhale, and as you exhale, lower head down, bring your feet down to the mat. Just cross your left leg over your right, shift your hips slightly to the left, and allow knees to come over, across and down towards the right side, opening your arms to shoulder height. Be mindful of your low back. If you feel any discomfort there, just back off a little bit, bring your knees up more. If you have more flexibility, you can let your knees move a little closer to the floor. Take one more breath here. Slowly release, coming onto the back. And just switch the cross of your legs, shift your hips a little bit towards the right. And allow your knees to come over, across and down to the left. Again, just be mindful of how your low back feels. Take one more breath.
roll onto your back, uncross your legs. Just take a moment here to allow the knees to fall from side to side as we prepare for Shavasana. So think about how you will be able to relax, how you'll be comfortable for the next few minutes. You can remain on your back. Traditionally, you would stretch the legs long, arms by your side. And just kind of let arms and legs roll out to the side. If you need support for the low back, just bend your knees. Feet flat on the mat and let your knees kind of come in and support one another. Or perhaps you like to lay on one side, or maybe you're more comfortable in a seated position. So just find that spot that will be just right for you. And just begin some slow, deep breaths here. Perhaps shrug your shoulders and then let them go. Clench your fists, crunch up your face, let it go. Take a deep breath. Exhale with a sigh. Just pay attention to where you feel the support of the floor beneath you. Take one more inhale breath. And as you exhale, just fully surrender into the support of the earth. Do a quick scan of your body, see where you may be holding on to tension. Just let it go. You may be clenching your jaw. Try to release that. Just let your breathing be natural. And try to keep the mind quiet. Thoughts will enter. Just let them pass like clouds on a breezy day. Focus on the sound of your own gentle breathing. Just begin to make some small movements, bringing your attention back to the present moment. Taking in the sounds around you, noticing how the air feels on your skin. And perhaps rolling onto your right side for a few breaths.
And taking your time whenever you're ready, just slowly transition to seated. And just keep your eyes closed or gaze soft. And just note how you feel in this moment. Hopefully feeling relaxed. Just be proud of yourself for showing up and giving yourself this time to practice, taking this important part of this day for yourself, listening to your body. And just taking an inhale breath of reaching arms out and up. Gather all that energy to heart center. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Thank you for practicing with me today, and have a wonderful